Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. These words spoken by Martin Luther King Jr. resonate deeply as we confront the horrifying violence that recently gripped Sambhal, Uttar Pradesh. This wasn't a spontaneous eruption of chaos, it was a meticulously orchestrated attack on a community already teetering on the precipice of fear and vulnerability. This essay delves into the roots of this violence, exposing the sinister forces at play and demanding immediate accountability. The events in Sambhal are not isolated incidents. They represent a disturbing trend of escalating religious tensions and targeted violence against minority communities in India. We must view this tragedy within the larger context of rising intolerance and systematic discrimination. The world is watching, and silence is not an option. We must act now to ensure that justice prevails and that such atrocities never again mar the fabric of our society. On November 24, 2024, the holy grounds of the Jama Masjid in Sambhal, Uttar Pradesh, became a scene of unspeakable violence. A court-ordered survey, initiated in response to claims of a pre-existing Hindu temple, ignited simmering tensions, culminating in the tragic loss of 4 lives and leaving countless others injured. This incident, while shocking, did not emerge in a vacuum. It was the culmination of weeks of escalating tensions and deliberate provocations. This event, while horrific, is merely the tip of the iceberg. It lays bare a deeply rooted prejudice and a calculated campaign to marginalize and demonize minority communities. The authorities, instead of acting as impartial guardians of peace, often appear complicit in this escalating cycle of violence, further deepening the sense of fear and distrust. External forces, often cloaked in the guise of religious zeal, have been relentlessly stoking the flames of discord in Sambhal and beyond. Their agenda is clear: to exploit religious differences for political gain, even if it means tearing apart the very fabric of our nation. These groups operate with impunity, spreading misinformation and inciting violence against minority communities. The media, often considered the fourth pillar of democracy, has failed in its duty to report fairly and accurately. Instead, many outlets have amplified hate speech and disseminated biased narratives, further inflaming tensions and deepening societal divides. This biased reporting, often laced with Islamophobic rhetoric, creates a climate of fear and suspicion, making it easier to justify violence against minority communities. The judicial system, entrusted with upholding justice and protecting the innocent, has responded with disheartening sluggishness to the Sambhal violence. While a judicial commission has been formed, its pace has been agonizingly slow, offering little solace to the grieving families or reassurance to the terrified community. This delayed response not only denies justice to the victims, but also emboldens the perpetrators, sending a chilling message that they are free to operate above the law. This inaction has far-reaching consequences. It erodes public trust in the institutions meant to protect them, and perpetuates a cycle of violence and impunity. The international community must break its silence and exert pressure on the Indian government to ensure a swift and impartial investigation into the Sambhal violence.